My name is Kamal Sheikhdin. I'm from Eritrea. I consider myself as a man from all African countries. I have been in different African countries, and my dealing with all the African communities in Australia here gave me the experience to say I'm an African from all the nations of Africa. I came to Australia in 1990. When I came here, I started to look for work, and I started as in a factory. And after that, I started to work for a company called Australian Wool Testing Authority. In profession, I'm a chemist, and I got a job in a pharmaceutical company, and I worked there for about 2 years. Time came up to think about is having completely a different business or different opportunities. It was very hard to start, and what type of business can I achieve? So one of the ideas that came to my mind was to have a travel agent. Travel agent came as a priority, but the main problem or the main thing I have to find out or to do was how can I be a professional? So I decided to quit my job, and I started a full-time study about the travel and tourism. The problem was at that time was in 2001. So getting a certificate was okay, but the problem was who is going to give you the opportunity of getting the experience. And I tried to go every travel agent in a road called Sydney Road and some other travel agents asking for a free work experience and a free pay. And it was a very hard and difficult things to get. So I got a chance to have a work experience on this business by the name of Tut Travel, which I'm running at the moment. And thanks a lot for the owner of that business, Mr. Marcos. He gave me the opportunity to have a real and practical experience on the business. After a while, I got a chance to buy the business. Buying the business was difficult, and more than that one is how to understand the business itself, the nature itself, the competition itself. It was very hard. So one of it was how do you convince the airlines to give you, it's a credit, you cannot sell tickets on a daily basis or a ticket one by one. So you have to understand the business on that one. And so that one was very hard, and I started to work from home for a period of time. Through hard work and getting a daily experience, I started to grow up slowly, and I came out to the market. And today, thanks God, we are considered as one of the top African travel agents in Australia. Through hard working and developing a very good network, and we started to work in an honest way in serving our African communities. And I would like to thank a lot for the African communities, because without their support, you cannot be to this point where we are today. And we have been honest with our customers, and we try to follow up to be professionals on the business. Today, we are very respected travel agent. It has got almost about 4 branches one in Melbourne, 2 we have got in Melbourne, plus 1 in Sydney and South Australia. We are growing up, and we have got a great respect from the airlines. And we have, for the last 3 years, we achieved it as high achievers in Victoria, which is a great achievement. And this year we have got also the 2014-15 high achievers from Emirates. We have been awarded also high achievers from Qatar Airways in Victoria, Brunei Airlines, the same high achievers. So we are on a track that we can say that is a very solid African business in Australia. I think to start a business, I think we have to first of all to think, what sort of a business we want to do. And if any one person is going to work hard, there is an opportunity for us in all aspects of businesses that we can achieve, and we can be better than a lot of other businesses. The point is, let us focus on what we want to, what type of business we are going to. Let us study about that business. Let us work hard on it, and we can achieve it. And there is a possibility, as a new African community, growing communities in Australia, I think there are a lot of business that hasn't been touched yet. And let us open our mind. We need, the African leaders here, they have, and in terms of businesses, in terms of all other sectors, we have to work together. And let us find out exactly what type of businesses is required. And let us direct our people. Let us direct our the people who are ready to do something. People who are have the interest of doing something. They need a support. The market is open. The challenge is great. So the more good service you provide for your customers, you will get them all the time are there, because good services are the ones that will be capable of staying for longer. Definitely, I agree with you 100%, and this is the thing that we are lobbying all the time. Let us work together. There are, as I mentioned before, a lot of sectors, especially when I'm talking about business perspectives. There's a lot of type of business. We don't have to. The bad thing that we have is all of us, we try to follow up one trend. When there is a shop is open, everybody wants to open that shop. Let us open our mind. There's a lot of businesses that are very, very, you can get a profit out of it. Establishing that the African Business Association, that is the most important core for us. Without our unity as Africans, we cannot go anywhere. As individuals, we might success as individuals. But if we want to reflect the African community's success, not only just on the financial part of it, but the political part of it, the social aspects of it, as united, because the system will look at us as an Africans. You're not going to look at this one as an African Somali or something, not an African community. Where we are from that look. So we need to unite together. We need to have a very strong leadership that has got vision. I think you mentioned a very important point. Is the new generation that we have here, this we can call the second generation, or which have got a very big opportunities in this country, which is bigger than what we have. First of all, they are being here in Australia. They know the language is easier for them. They understand the culture and the tradition. So you have the opportunity to try to shine in all aspects. We are there behind you. For example, like Tut Travel here, we are open. We give a lot of, most of our employees are Africans, and all of them, we give them the chance. They are new graduates from here, and we give them the work opportunities, and they are working here as full-time now at the moment. And we are giving training for a lot of African who are on the same business. The most important thing is also now we are lobbying the airlines to accept and to take from African background in order to work on the travel industry. As growing, there is a lot of problems. The leaders of these airlines or the managers of the airlines, they understand the problem, and they are more than happy to accept African employees on their firms, because the more you grow up in number, the services needs you. And we are there also to be part of this development. I think that is very important. The role that you are playing is an encouragement for every small business in African small business, in order to come out to the market to say we are here. That is, I think, the lack of to show where we are, what we are doing. To be honest, one of the things that makes me a little bit upset is we don't have to be looked at as a community that's all the time is in need. No, there are a lot of African businesses now are participating in the development of Australia itself. So your role as in the media is I look at it is a very essential, and especially your concentration and your look to the new generation that is coming up, where the future is. So monitoring them, supporting them is something very important, and we are behind you guys.